Doki Doki? Yes, Doki Doki. All characters in this game are over the age of 18. This game is not suitable for children, for those who are easily disturbed. I see. Okay, cool. You guys can see the game now. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review a detailed content warning which contains spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warning can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No. I already know everything about the game. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. New game. So, in my first playthrough, I hard rode the Yuri fan bus. Alright? Like, I was on Yuri. I full-blown shrimped for Yuri, okay? So we're not gonna do Yuri this time. We're probably gonna do Natsuki, because I've heard there's some messed up stuff. I've heard there's some really messed up stuff in Natsuki's, I mean, Yuri is best girl. Yuri is 100% best girl. But we're gonna go Natsuki this playthrough. What happens if you name yourself Monica? I wonder about that. I'll leave you be. I'm not gonna do the voice of Sayori. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Also, do I have forbidden knowledge turned off? I do have forbidden knowledge turned off. Cool. Dude, it'd be funny. Name yourself Monica? Nah. Nah. You know what? Yes. We're gonna find out what happens if we name ourselves. What? What? Oh? This was not in the original game. Oh. Okay. I forgot Doki Doki has a new system, so you can... Oh, we can replay the game now? It doesn't just become permanently... Wow. That's so cool. Alright, I tried. We can't name ourselves Monica. It is what it is. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arm in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. I found... Put the knife away! That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep, and more frequently, I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Bean. Mean Bean. Oh, man. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Bean, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any club. There's a bend part? What are you talking about, bud? I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me that you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sari likes to worry a little bit too much about me, when I'm perfectly content by getting on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy, but I die at the thought of you becoming neat in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Crown broke his knife. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Thank you for the title. Okay. Hi, Jeb. You just in came for our hentai game. A new medical term? Yes, Ground. I'm still setting it. Hold on. Nice hentai game. Thank you, Jeb. I appreciate you. Let's see. Content warning. Returning to drinking. I'm gonna put first playthrough just because I haven't played this version of the game. Now, Buddy Your Biscuits, Jeb, you are an amazing tourney hoster, and you put so much effort into everyone. When I was watching you yesterday, I sat there and I was like, damn, I'm proud of Jeb. He's a good noodle. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking at an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sari wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sari must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized that the only one left in classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Oh, I know that Ebo. I don't remember who it's from. Like, I have vague memories of that person, but not enough to remember them. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Oh, no. See, you call it chip. I call it chip. I say chip, because to me it sounds like chip. Why was I never on Barony? Welcome back, Jeb. Bro, I don't know if you bought it or not, but if you did, you never played with us. Like, we made so many sessions to play together, and oh no, I get it. Why, I was never on Barony. It's because there's these gnomes and they... You never... I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. There's these gnomes and they say jip 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 jip, which depending on how you hear it, it's jip 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 jip. Our character was a bit of a dick. He kind of is. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care? Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Soraya is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! Makes sense? Yeah, there you go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visited. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me the new member. Eh? I glance around the classroom. I'm gonna try to give her like a softer voice, like, welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Alright, let's try this. Seriously, you brought a boy? No, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna do that voice. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Bean, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The moment you load in, you're scrambling for the torches and extinct. On God. Jeb, I don't know if you ever did buy Barony, but if you did, I still have it downloaded and would love to play with you. It is such a massively difficult game, but it's extremely skill-based. 31k? Bro, I feel so bad. Heart lost 20k, and I was trying to sleep last night, and I was laying there in bed like, I cost Heart 21k. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name, apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who makes cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns backwards towards the other girls. Brawl? Holy heck, everyone's picking a game for this Saturday. Alright. I still have it downloaded as well. Let me go ahead and add that to the let me add that to the Discord right now, so that way I don't forget. How can I write if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love. Alright, let's see. So from 3:30 to 4:30. Brawlhalla. And then from 4:30 to 5:30 to 5:30, still open for redeems. Quote, reply, update for Saturday. Cool. Alright, stay hydrated. I got you, bud. Has Barony been requested? No, Brawlhalla's been requested. Let me go back in the Discord. From 4:30 to 5:30. Barony. Alright. There we go. Fortnite Battle Royale. I know you already like are refunding yourself that, bud, because you know for a fact I ain't never doing that. Alright. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Let's go, Fortnite time. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. Sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Bean. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Bean. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. How much money do I need to pay? I've already told Momo. Okay? Because Momo's tried. This is the deal I've made Momo. If he finds a way to get an account with every single Fortnite skin ever added into the game, including the ones that can no longer be accessed and the limited time edition ones, and give me that account, I'll play a single game of Fortnite. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? How about 15 bucks? Bro, you could give me 500 bucks and I still wouldn't play Fortnite. I despise it that much. What kind of impossible deal is that? It's impossible for a reason. Now, if you wanted to see me play the Save the World, on God, I'd play it right now. But, no. The girls have a desk arranged to form a table. PUBG? I will ban you right now, Shu. PUBG? I'm pissed. I spent 30 bucks on that. What do you mean? What about Apex? Apex is okay, but I'll never play it. How much for PUBG right now? No. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, and Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray, and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward? Still feeling awkward. I take it. Ah, I wanted to choose! I wanted to choose! Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil and tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little... I want to say, before we get too far into this, all of these characters are above the age of 18. Okay? The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking a glance in my direction. Yeah, alright, shoot, calm down. You'll get that later, okay? You'll get that scene later. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you know, dummy. Baka. Alright. This is a mature game. I can say these things now. Nah. Listen, just because it's a mature audience, I still got youngins who watch. I think there are only 4 of you in the chat. Actually, no, there's not even 4 of you in the chat right now. There are only 2 of you who are technically a legal age. 1 of you, actually, no, 3 of you who are a legal age. 2 of you who are old enough to drink. That's their fault. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down teapots next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Wait, what about the true ending? How do we do the true ending then? Because in the original game, you only had one chance to get the true ending. What you had to do is when you created the first poem, you had to load. And when you created the final poem, you had to, like, reload the last save and redo the game for every single person. So, if we can replay the game, how does the true ending work now? Ooh. Fascinating. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in release. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monika that I practically dragged her by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Happy early birthday, Shu. Happy early birthday, bud. I'm gonna have to write that down on my calendar, by the way. I'll drink to that. I'll tell you what, bud. The day that happens, the day Shu becomes 18, I'll pound a glass. I'll pound a glass. Not on stream. We ain't doing that on stream. But I'll pound a glass for Shu. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. I feel like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for an event. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. You know, one thing I wish I had the opportunity to do, but I couldn't since I was homeschooled, is I had always wanted to be in a school club. Like, even the literature club I thought would have been so cool. Like, any club. Just to be able to have, like, friends that I could go hang out with every single day and spend time with them and just hear absolutely anything. Did anyone tell you your donate description has a typo in it? Yes, a very, very long time ago, and I completely forgot about it. And if it encourages... Welcome back, Chloe. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I wish I could have been in a school club. And if it encourages others to get in literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika's really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. You know what? We're fixing that right now. Because imagine me depending on making a note, honestly. Alright. Then, I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting it out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Chloe, I want to warn you, if you have never seen Doki Doki Literature Club, this game features basically every single mental illness, self-harm, self-death is what we'll call it, and basically everything else in the book. Abusive parenting, like it's just, it's dark. If that's not something you want to see, then respectfully, I would suggest to Yeetus. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of new members joining. I think Natsuki's storyline also, yes, it does touch domestic abuse, which I've never seen. Like I said, I hard rode the Yuri bandwagon. So I saw like obsessive, controlling, abusive relationships, manipulative stuff like that. But I'm really interested in seeing what Natsuki's is like. So Bean, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri chases the rim of her teacup. Oh man, you know, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Bro, why is Radical Red so loud? It is what it is. So, she seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror books. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? Wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or if it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eye darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you the idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why do you share them? Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems, so we all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri both look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable about each other. Strengthen the bonds of the club. Isn't that right, Bean? Monika smiles warmingly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to our original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth and say what's been on my mind the entire time. You know, also, how's the music? Is it too loud? Do I need to lower it just a tiny bit more? But as we're talking, just kind of giving you an idea how to kind of compare the music between my voice while I'm going on this small rant. I used to make poems all the time, believe it or not. I actually loved making poems. My favorites were haikus, and every now and then I'll actually ask someone to join me in making a haiku. It's a tad bit loud. Okay. Oh, I never said I would join this club. Bean, I'm very torn. You're playing on hard. It's as simple as that, Shu. Oh, what do I want to name my rival? Bean, and I'll name mine Shu. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I loved making poems a long time ago. Onomatopoeias were also one that I really, really liked. You know what? Oh, no. That's genius. Alright. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Bean... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? This is one of the cutest scenes. Like, just all of them with, like, just the dejected eyes. It's like, damn, it's so sad, but it's so adorable. I'm naming him Bean, except I am 100% not named Shu. Alright, fair enough. I'm fully ready for just a random message at 4 a.m. Get hecked, Bean, and just showing you beating me for the final time. It's a name I'm not going to repeat on stream, but you know, knowing you, I'd never want you to repeat anything you name a character on stream. That is, if writing a poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Bean, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girl continues to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Bean, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Kinda wanna go make a scallion pancake? Why do you always want to make your fish pancakes, man? With that, the two of us depart, and the club room make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in this literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Oh, we know exactly who we're going for. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. Oh no, Bean. And I guess I start writing a poem tonight. Radical Red. No, I'm well aware. When we start streaming this, I'm playing on hardcore. 100% playing on hardcore. If you lose, the game doesn't delete. It's just ungodly hard. I've seen normal mode, and normal mode looks impossible. Like, you need to understand every single possible meta in the game and abuse the ever-living hell just to beat normal mode. So, I'm interested in seeing hardcore. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good may happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Unrequited. I know I remember from playing this game before. That's Yuri. Lazy, fear, marriage, electricity, captive, disordered, tenacious, skipping, raindrops. Marriage? That's Sayori. Dang it. Kitty, lollipop, vivacious, passion. We're gonna do lollipop. Bed, vanilla, precious, bunny, comfort, giggle, spinning, unrestrained, eternity, portrait. We're gonna do giggle. Marriage for Natsuki? Nah, that's what I thought too, but it was marriage for Sayori. Giggle. Friends, pure essence, joy, alone, daydream, smile, hope, disown. Let's go with friends. Dang it, that's Sayori. Vanilla 100%. It might have been vanilla. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Unending, agonizing, music, excitement, childhood, pain, journey, unstable, ribbon. Let's do child. Oh, god dang it. Love, imagination, feather, vertigo, extreme, blanket, hair, melody, fickle, vacation, imagination. Damn it! Insight, fun, uncontrollable, tears. Let's do fun. Wow, I'm really... Natsuki? Okay, what? Heart? Bruh! Man's accidentally got... I guess we're doing Sayori! Until she's dead. Kiss, secretive, shopping, hurt. Alright, hold on. Let's save, alright? We're gonna save. Parfait or sugar? Too cutesy, not romantic? I'm trying! I don't know what's cute. I lack the cute detector. Sus? Doki Doki Poet. I just got an achievement randomly, just Poetry Slam. Dance, hurt, sensation, sadness, flee. Secretive, shopping. Shopping? Is shopping cute? Or is dance cute? What are these are cute? Dance. God. Jeb, I know you would be amazing at picking up any of these girls. Alright? Stay, I got you. Marshmallow. Explode. Analysis. Swimsuit. Nightgown. Dazzle. Misery. Memories. Papa. It has to be Papa. Let's go. Let's go. I'm sorry. It's Papa. It's Papa. We going Papa. I was about to say something, but never. Pleasure. Happiness. Incongruent. Question. Horror. Landscape. Adventure. Bliss. Pink. Frightening. We're gonna go pink. Cage. Aura. Sticky. Forgive. Party. Starscape. Waterfall. Amazing. Together. Charm. I kind of want to say sticky, but I also feel like party. But I really feel like party could be Natsuki or Sayori as well. What do you guys think? Sticky or party? I'm thinking sticky. I'm thinking sticky. Let's go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. There's 3 of them. Okay. Sugar and sticky. Alright. Silly. Rain cloud. Afterimage. Sing. Universe. Containment. Nature. Infinite. Entropy. Tragedy. I also love this game because it made me look up so many words. I actually learned a lot of words going the Yuri route. Silly. What? Peaceful. Promise. Pout. Play. Mouse. Kawaii. Kawaii. Meager. Time. Scars. Jumpy. Whirlwind. Anger. Peace. Special. Vivid. Disaster. Meager. Time. Scars. Jumpy. Is it jumpy? Whirlwind. Peace. I want to say peace. I don't think any of these are Natsuki. All of these seem jumpy. Let's go! Rose, flying, clouds, wrath, twirl, massacre, fireworks, milk and sleet. You stink. Devious! I don't want to hear it. What enough? What enough? Out here making YouTube videos and can't even include the entirety of the Beyblade. Imagine. How you doing, Devious? What? Shoo, you were wrong. Flower, grief, sunset, fester, color. What? It gave me a huge chuckle. Valentine, loud, desire, cheek, calm, lipsticks. Cheeks? Is it worth it to play DDLC Plus or the first game first? So, DDLC Plus is just the first game, but it has a lot more content inside of it. It is just the first game, so it's basically the remaster. I would highly recommend ignore the free version, get DDLC plus. Gonna go home, play with Jeb, but he said I flaked. Damn. Nibble. All right, please tell me we got Natsuki. We might have to reload. Hi again, Bean. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Bean. I hope this isn't too overwhelming. While watching Casino? How many times have you guys watched Casino? It was a good movie, but I'd never watch that again. That was a long movie. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sari told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club. Damn, I'm getting roasted. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Aw, man, we have to choose between Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur? I was really hoping to get Totodile. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Bean always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? I'm free tomorrow and Wednesday. You know what I'm hearing, Devious? You know what I'm hearing, Devious? You and me are gonna do a 48-hour Risk of Rain run. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Bean can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Okay, sure. Let's go. You even brought you into something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Oh, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made me sound like a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not... On God, if any girl ever came up to me and was like, I think you'd like this book, maybe we can talk about it sometime, I would be 100% smitten. Like, golly. Like, that's just like the sweetest gesture ever. I don't even like reading books that much anymore. I read manga, alright? But if any girl just came up to me and said that, I'd... Oh, man. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some secluded activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Oh? Wait, hold up. I think we actually did. I'm gonna head out. I'll probably be back later. Stay safe, Chloe. Don't get got. I like pink hair girl. She always the mad one. That's actually the one we're going for this playthrough. Because on my first playthrough, I went, Yuri. Look for someone in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of your keeping collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Ah. Sometimes. I guess one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. Damn! We getting roasted! I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull out the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Okay, so homegirl got OCD. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most... Oh my god, I can relate! I can relate! Mad pink hair girl is... I went for the wrong girl. Who'd you go for? Yuri? Oh yeah, you and I both went for Yuri. Irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait girls? Seems I've never heard of it, that life. That probably means it's either out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go through the glass on that door. She points at the glass room door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Bean. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Oh well? Hey, how you doing, Amimus? How's everything been? I went, oh, you went Sayori? Oh! No! Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall and beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to her and signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be closer like this. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scoots an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting closer to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space, while she hopes I don't notice. Your Squirtle came... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that the game changes. First Bean battle was the easiest battle of my life. Alright. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kinda grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Damn. Homie out here roasting. So, what should I expect from this? Is it going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get all into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That really makes it good. So there are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. It was just a guess, but there are a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment and she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Savage destruction of life. Bro, I love the slice of life manga in anime where it seems really peaceful, then all of a sudden it just takes a drastic, gory, or dark turn. And it's like, golly! There was one that I absolutely despised because the anime was absolute dog water. And I don't remember, it's just this guy who moved into town and he meets these two really cute girls who take a liking to him. And he like joins them and then they turn out to be psychopaths and basically murder this guy. And then he keeps like coming back to life and trying to escape them. But in each situation he dies in some horrible way. And like every single episode is him just trying to escape and dying over and over again. But the story gets more and more convoluted as each one passes. And it was the worst anime I'd ever seen. Would not recommend it to anyone. ReZero? No, it wasn't ReZero. That's a... Ah, shoot. It's not ReZero. ReZero, the plot's a guy is isekai'd into another world and is constantly dying, but he's making progress. This guy is reliving like the first moments, and it's like these. It's back when like the art style was where anime girls had those massive eyes. No, ReZero's amazing. Yeah, ReZero's absolutely wonderful. Rem is still second favorite waifu. The only waifu that's better than Rem is Kurumi Tokisaki. And if you don't know that person, you're slacking, bud. 100% slacking. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. I didn't like it. I haven't read ReZero, but I've watched the first season, and I really liked it. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking at the same time I got into this manga. Like, I would never get into something because it's in a manga. Feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explained Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it. Who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Please take the hint, bud. Please take the hint. Firstly, I'd recommend watching instead of reading it. I get what you mean, bud. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend watching anything anymore just because that's just how I am. I hate anime now. Anime's dog water. But there are some that are actually pretty good. Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, but I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica is kind of a jerk about it. I can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped a page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I'm not gonna do that laugh. I watched it, headed to the manga, was confused as heck about the story, unfolded. Oh, alright, okay. So, I will admit, the story was very confusing if you didn't give it. Like, I find it really frustrating when an anime doesn't explain its story, and that's also why I think Clanad is the second worst anime to ever exist. 100% Clanad. Well, now you know how I feel about it. Clanad is absolute dookie, absolute dog water. The story is all over the place, but I discovered the reason why it was so bad is because it was originally a game, and there were so many scenarios that it wasn't able to cover everything. So I actually really want to play the game. But why is it that every time I slip and say something like accidental, it's never anything like PG? You know what I mean? Every single time I accidentally slip, I say something like that. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori's my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. I feel that. I love when I get my friends into a manga. Like, I can relate to Natsuki so much, because because you're weird. Still on the last two routes. I'm on a hiatus in Clanad, actually. I'm on the last two routes. I have a hard time going back in visual novels and completing them, because I know the story, and it doesn't really change all that much. So I just get really uninterested in it. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with a friend, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that, and being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poem? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it to Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you, Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind in some show if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what'll happen if I don't finish? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? Bean, you must protect this small little Natsuki creature, I swear. I will do my best until she probably dies in some sort of way. Both anime and manga scene. You agree that the manga's dookie, right? With Clanad? Like, pretty dookie. I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's on the wrinkly sheet, loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composting notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply, as well as reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first to? Yuri, because I know she's gonna hate it. Yuri seems the most experienced. Should I start with her? I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading. Damn! Golly! Clanad manga? I haven't read that. I'm on hiatus. Oh, I didn't realize that there was... Oh, I thought that's what you're talking about. I'm taking off my glasses. Emotional damage! I don't remember getting roasted so hard. Oh my god, I forgot how pretty her hair looks. I couldn't see that when everything was shades of yellow. When is that going to be a sign? Alright. I'll tell you what. What sound alerts do we have right now? What sound alerts do we have right now? Hello there, Owen Wilson, wow, Steve Damage. Woo. Okay. I'll get rid of Steve Damage. And I'll do emotional damage instead. I guess that might be after reading through. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hand. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, oh my god, Yuri's the best. I can't help but still absolutely love Yuri. Funny enough, the reason why I picked Yuri was legit just because of her hair. I've caught an owl, a hoot or a knocked owl, because hoot is one of my favorite flyers. It's just that there are so many specific riding habitats. They're usually typical of new fighters. One sec. It might be the starter Pokemon too. I know Doki loves that starter Pokemon. Hoot. Let's go! You're gonna get a Noctowl after it evolves. I believe it evolves at 31? It was either 31 or 24, unless the ROM hack changes it. But Noctowl is really good. It's by technicality isn't very good than Pidgeot, and Pidgeot is obviously the better choice. But it has a lot more special attack, which I like, and I appreciate that. Rat 1, Hoot, like level 2. Yeah, Hoot's like at the beginning of every single game, and I love that. But I think it has to be nighttime in order for you to get there. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new riders is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a riding style separate from the topic matter. They form and fit the two together. The end result is that both styles, the expressive, are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes to practice by learning it by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the else clubs gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I forgot how hard it was to read her poems because I can't read cursive. It's a Starly Let's Go? What the heck is a Star Raptor? Okay. Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by a sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calmly. Calm? I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. It's a bird? Oh, is it that derpy-looking bird with the weird hair thing? The black and white one? Starmery, I think is its evolution. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Oh, man. Taking things slow, I see. Oh, well. I'll send a screenshot in a sec. Gotta get back to Viridian. Got it. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Bean. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a poem. I almost read lingerie. In her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, as soon as we left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. You can change mod natures for money? I don't know what mod natures are, man. Like, bro, if it isn't Pokemon Silver or Pokemon, like, Red, like, I'm talking about, like, the OG, I don't know anything about any of the other Pokemon games. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's do Sayori. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Bean. Yeah? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Nature's changed stats growth last I checked. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. We haven't talked to Natsuki yet. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of your people, you know? Or your people. A lot of the other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Bean poem. That's what makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the clubroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Bean. Deep down, you're not as selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only real good people can do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright. I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay. Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. I love Sayori's poems. Kung Fu Cat? What? Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to make me feel out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I hate how much of this poem I understand now. I despise how much... No! No! Aw. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monika's the best. Ah, yeah. Next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Hi, Bean. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities and things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going in with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyways, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Bean. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's a sort of a barrier that we'll all get to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Bean. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. Kind of makes me think of Natsuki would write. Let's go! We got the Natsuki. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are a lot of poems and stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids. But if you think about them, they could express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So what you're saying, Natsuki... Or what you're saying... So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that. Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably wouldn't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of style, but always help you find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I don't know about that. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now. I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. I have a fire fairy type. Actually, I think that was a Pokemon that Devious loved. Did it look like a moth? So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's in better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monika writing a tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, Your brain gets too fixated on specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Galarian, it's a Gen 8 variant? Ah, okay. Oh! Okay. I know which one. That's the blue blue Ponyta, right? The one with I don't like that Pokemon. I don't really like any Pokemon besides Galarian Sandshrew. I think that was it, right? The little ice Sandshrew and Sandslash. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. All right, time to show it. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki reads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem to make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki retorts get caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that I don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss if she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Actually, hold on. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. But that's about it. I see the pattern here. It's verbs. We're looking for verbs. I believe that's a verb, right? Something describing another action? Or is that an adverb? I failed English. I don't know. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. I love when people do that. Verbs are actions. Natsuki's poems are all best poems. Natsuki's poems are great poems. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. See, that's the problem with me. I don't intend to. I really don't intend to. I just kind of look at everything at a very, very unbiased view. And I found that when I'm trying to be nice, I accidentally take away people's pride completely unintentionally. And I don't mean to. And I feel bad every time I do it. but I do it often. Where it's like, you'll show me something you're really proud of. I'm like, wow, this is really good. And you're like, yeah, I can't help it. I'm pretty young and I made this. I'm like, yeah, it reminds me of my little brother. He also made something like this when he was 5. And it's just like an unintentional jab at you. And phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. I was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me. See, now I wouldn't say that. I genuinely appreciate a good, complicated poem. That's why I loved Yuri's stuff, because being out here roasting everyone, it's not my intent. But I really liked how symbolic Yuri's poems are. But I can appreciate simplicity as well. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sari and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. I think I remember this part. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem and the desk on one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Bean did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Bean liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Kung Fu Cat, and I must name her? That's not what I meant. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Bean appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do so overly cutesy. Oh, Poffle. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Bean started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Bean, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could just get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, and this would have happened in the first place. What's the point in your making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait. There's a reason to have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Bean? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Heart, you genius. Emotional Okay, so here's the thing, right? if I remember correctly, I clicked help me Sayori on the first one. But here's the thing, right? When Sayori intervenes, she kind of bully Yuri. Go with Natsuki. The problem is what they said is out of line, to be quite frank. What both of them said is out of line. I feel like the correct answer is help me Sayori. But for the sake of committing any flirt thing I can copy to real life, not yet, but later. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poems did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over at my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. I just imagine Sayori just... Yeah, so... You don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught up in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me being... Sheesh. Natsuki takes a deep breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with this than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori, I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I passed Sayori on the shoulder. Well now, that we're past... That was a much more positive outcome than I was expecting. Because if I picked for Sayori to help me, Sayori would have roasted them. Like, not intentionally, but she would have been like, you guys are better than that. Like, I'm disappointed in both of you. And if I remember correctly, Yuri runs out crying, making tea, and then Natsuki runs home crying as well. Or something like that. So I think that was actually a really solid outcome. Let's go. Everyone read each other's poem, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Bean. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from lazing around. We got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-relating things. Also, it gets cut early, if I remember correctly. Once both of them leave, we just get sent home. So maybe you can take a chance to pick up a book or write something. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monika. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monika's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end... Why did you say that twice? That was kind of redundant. I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How'd y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Bean, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poem everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job at impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with newfound determination. Bean, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Bean, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along, everyone, is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... Every day has been so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop? I forgot. Our guy was a scumbag, too. Well, let's just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulders. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Alright, Rainbow, Lust, Nature, Doki Doki, and Spinning. Okay, so Spinning should, if from what we've learned, Spinning should work for Natsuki. Let's go. Let's go. Entropy, Insight, Breathe, Vertigo, Disarray, Tragedy, Loud, Ambient, Prayer, Nibble. Nibble should be it. Incapable, Horror, Fickle, Shame, Papa, Chocolate, Fantasy. We're gonna go Papa. Anime, Starscape, Giggle, Sing, Promise, Sticky, Bed, Bouncy, Anxiety, Captive, Anime. Also, I want to get the achievement for doing a perfect run for this. So we're going to do that now. Inferno, Hopeless, Philosophy, Together, Melancholy, Intellectual, Cheer, Incongruent, Shopping, Playground. It's Cheer. Damn it! Uncontrolled. Oh no! It saves at the beginning. Oh, they made it so getting this achievement's gonna be hard. All right. You think Inferno? Uncontrollable, Grief, Unrequited, Eternity, Horror, Warm, Fester, Joy, Despise, Unending. What's the uncontrollable? What's the verb here? Uncontrollable, wouldn't it be? Unrequited. That's for Yuri. Eternity is for Yuri. Horror is for Yuri. Warm is for Sayori. Fester is for Yuri. Joy may be for Natsuki, but it also may be for Sayori. Uncontrollable is not a... Okay. Unending. Fester? Bruh! Okay. Candy. That was a good guess, though. I was actually gonna click Fester too, Heart. A Fulgen. This is why I love that game. This is why I love this game. A Fulgen. Shining forth brilliantly, radiantly. Okay. go. No, man. What happens if I open up Streamlabs and OBS? Go away, bud. Stop. Oh, no. Did anything break? Okay, no, nothing broke. Probably shouldn't have them right next to each other. Amazing. Together. Oh, that's not a word I'm going to say on stream. Waterfall. Fireflies. Peaceful. Graveyard. Email. Inferno. So things like running. Things like running, jumping, climbing, flying. Natsuki's hard, man. Peaceful. Email? Okay. Lollipop. Jump, pink, misery, starscape, bunny, party, alone, essence, sensation, lipstick. Pink, I think, right? Whisper, chocolate, holiday, wonderful, contamination, cheeks, strawberry, covets. I think it's strawberry. Vacation, landscape, scars, portrait, question, feather, hop, vivacious, special, fickle. Sing, electricity, crimson, shame, adventure, shiny, boop. It has to be boop, right? It has to be boop. Let's go. Clumsy, nature, puppy, anxiety, infinite, vertigo, skirt, unrestrained, disorient, puppy. Okay, we're getting the hang of this. Ocean. Fun. Atone. Analysis. Entropy. Smile. Smile might be it, but fun also might be it. Fun. Ah! Fantasy. Raindrops. Incapable. Breathe. Massacre. Defeat. Embrace. Sparkle! Damn it! Anime. Read all the options now? Listen, man. There was okay, I'm mad. Imagination. Disaster. Heartbeat. Desire. Tears. Excitement. Parfait. Parfait is obviously, but should we go with Q or parfait? I think parfait. Ambient, loud, sunny, happiness, headphones, childhood, time, hope, charm, spinning. Childhood, right? No. Bliss, death, flee, memories, twirl, vibrant, family, vivid, kawaii. Dazzle, mouse, ribbon, whistle, captive, romance, friends, unstable, summer, promise, mouse. Did I do child? Bro, do you expect me to remember everything I've clicked, bro? It was probably spinning. It was probably spinning. Misfortune, pleasure. Silly, incongruent, laugh, daydream. Papa! Passion, heart, infallible, meager, kitty. If I can remember, I should be able to. Bro, I gotta remember so much, and then on top of that, I have to read this. You guys don't even have to read, you just have to listen. And then on top, creating conversation. Listen, man, if there's one thing I've learned in my time of streaming, it's that there's just so much that goes on in the background that, like, we don't talk about. Alright, cut me some slack, okay? Uncanny, tenacious, aura, beauty, explode, cry, extraordinary, socks. Hold on, what's Doki Doki? What does Doki Doki go to? We already screwed up, so let's just see what Doki Doki. Oh. Hair, journey, depression, bubbles, cheer, extreme, nibble. Bean, I barely remember who the heck you are. You should be able to remember like 20 minutes ago. Bro, nah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. Also, what time is it? How long have we been doing this? Holy heck! Alright, we'll finish this day, and then we'll call it. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Bean. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come to buy me a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch to get it open, then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. There's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves one option. Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. You know, when I read that a lot younger, I would have said facts. But now, I would say that is actually the unfactuals. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her books as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Bean to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is a fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I like the way you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. It's wrong, but okay. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to a club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the back and tumbles to the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie? Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs a cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Yeah. Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her lately? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. I don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Listen, Yuri, I don't know about that. My girl. What can I say? That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't too worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyways? Well, my last period today was study hall. Damn, I take 1 Yuri over 10 Monikas? Actually, funny enough, I tried getting with Monika. I didn't know the story, I didn't read the description, so I didn't know Monika was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I tried so hard to write a poem for Monika, and I kept getting Yuri. So after, you know, this act finishes, then I just did the full Yuri bandwagon. But I really wanted to go for Monika, because Monika was, like, my favorite at the time. Last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. A little bit of crazy, kinda. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since it was practicing piano. Piano? Wasn't know where you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play sometime for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! You guys know. You guys know. I know you know. You ain't gonna say anything, but I know you know. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Bean. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyways. Looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished our entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah, don't worry, I kept my promise. I pull the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hand, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check her wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. Just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyways, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to a closet. I follow. So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did the volume leave off again? I forget. The chapter ended with Minori and Alice found... Monika! Natsuki voices resonates from inside the closet. I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top... Oh. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking so much space in her closet. So I had to move some stuff around to clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop trying to figure... That's adorable. Figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving all these back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Natsuki. There's a stool on the wall there. In the closet there's a collapsible stool that hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I could get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. Think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops on a stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsing design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top of the shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah. The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having mostly fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. No need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger box like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can... Oh, no. Oh, no. I was like, oh, what I thought was gonna happen didn't happen, but I think it's still gonna happen. I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. The classroom chairs have the desk attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into a closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels and back over the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls, but I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Natsuki climbs on a chair, then slowly bounces on her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat back and against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Aha! There we go. See? I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Wizard told me not to help. Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost... Bruh! I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Ooh, heavy. Hey Bean, I don't think I could bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine, just for a second. Hurry up. Alright, let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks down and she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box. What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not, I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv. You set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! The scene turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands, and the books go flying. I got you. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms, and her face standing in my... Wait, what? And her face standing on my... What? My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arms straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Gross! Gross! A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over here? I heard a loud noise. Monica suddenly peers in. Monica! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Oh, and one more thing. Seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert, so I hope you're happy. Somehow it's impossible for me to explain the whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monica says that quietly to me. She looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no, I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on that page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it onto the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you... No! Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No. I don't even care that much. I'm just... having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just... every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Well, I'll clean this up, and I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lips quiver. You're really nice to me. Eh? That sounded really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. The next couple of minutes are silent between us, and I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into a box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and hoist a box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, I should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki's holding the volume I set aside in her hand. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyways. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up, that is. If you insist. Damn. Not the mangoes. That was my favorite scene that I've seen so far. That was very heartwarming. Or not heartwarming, heart-touching. It was sad, okay? I sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle, repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything tied together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has a good taste after all. After some time, Monica gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know? Told you. Yeah. I returned to my seat and slipped the book into my bag. Alright. First one, Monica. Hi again, Bean. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. I wanted to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monica. Alright, it's pretty good. You've been spending a lot of time with Natsuki, haven't you? You must like her writing style. Ah, yes. I think it's a neat way to tell a story. I don't disagree. Natsuki's poems may be cute, but they're also meaningful. I can see why you'd be into the style. I guess that means you're not much a fan of Yuri's poems then. Ah, I wouldn't say that. I kinda like everyone's poems. That's true, but I'm sure you like some more than others, right? I like Yuri's use of complex words and symbolism, or Sayori's way of expressing happiness or sadness in a more direct way. You must have some kind of preference, don't you? Huh, not that I didn't contest or anything. I was just curious, that's all. But anyways, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors. They won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. I believe that's like static. The noise that won't stop. Violently grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. I didn't realize I could scroll further. It's even more abstract than your last one. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No one ever said that. It's just the kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing into my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what this is about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversion with the readers. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might need to change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tape even about writing? What am I even talking about? This was the first tip I got that actually made me wait a minute. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, let's show it to Sayori. Oh, I like this one, Bean. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem a little better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you, Bean. Never, ever. Yeah, I guess so. Well, maybe yesterday's poem was so great compared to this one then. Well, it's not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel something, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure what exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Yeah? Well, I really don't know how you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes I like a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give a rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Bean. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together in a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends, each bottle on starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret hiding nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up, and in comes my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf, one after the other, holding them out. Each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Holy heck. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the poem? Best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I think I'm too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this stuff, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always a habit, getting obsessed with something before dropping it. No more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. I'm feeling the drugs. What? Good head out. Have a good one, Shu. Later, nerds. Sayori, no. I actually... Spinal tonic. Oh, got it. Got it. I was like, context. So, I'm actually thinking of an event for you guys, and it's actually been inspired by Doki Doki. I thought of it towards when I was starting this, but we're not gonna talk about it just yet. We're gonna cover it a little bit later, more towards the end of stream, once we get to the end of this day. I wonder if it's just one time, but seeing the passion in her eyes make it hard for me to be pessimistic. Let's do Yuri. I heard event. After we finish this day shoot, I'll be talking. You'll be listening in. Yeah, go do what you gotta do, bud. Get that done. Just be listening. I'll shout like event once we're gonna be talking about it, right? Are you still mad at me? Huh? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because reading this poem, now I know why you got mad. Oh, because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning, when I disrespected her. I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no, Yuri. You might be reading into this a little bit too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please, don't force yourself to be around me. I know that this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair for you to keep... it's not fair for you when you could keep enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. This is so sad. I feel so bad. I feel so bad because before, like, Natsuki didn't really care. She felt she felt really bad. Hey, Sandman, how you doing, bud? Thank you so much for the follow. That means a lot. How's the Minecraft streams been going? When I first did this, Natsuki kind of felt bad about the whole scene that she caused, but that was about it, you know? Natsuki kind of kept to herself. There was never really any guilt coming from it either. I feel bad not doing Yuri's route this time. Golly! Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. Speaking of which, before I forget, guys, Zanman is a really cool cat. If you like Minecraft, which I know a lot of you guys actually do like Minecraft, I don't think he's actually here. I think he might have followed, just clicked the follow button and did his own thing. But I do recognize him. Zanman76. Let's see what clip we get from him. He's a speedrunner too. Rip. Wait, rip? What? What? Hold on. I'm still here? I appreciate you, bud. I appreciate you. Why the heck isn't the shout out working? Hang on, let's do show more. Alright, well, anyways, he's a really cool cat. Give him a gander. Really cool cat. just nice guy. Nice guy overall. Let's go ahead and continue with the game. Sorry I couldn't shout you out, bud. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide by that request. Alright, finally Natsuki. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it once more. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. Trying to impress me? Obviously, you think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? Sheesh! I see you're playing Doki Doki. You need any tips to unlock secrets? I played Doki Doki a long time ago, but I played it when it was free. So to my knowledge, the way to get the secret ending or the true ending is you needed to save the game at a certain point, then reload the game and spend time with every single person, then complete the game to its entirety. But since we can actually re-go through the game and we can just reload a new save file, I don't necessarily know how we're going to get the secret ending or if the secret ending is even in the game anymore. I'll tell you. Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poems one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hand and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Bean, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. Didn't do anything terrible, did you? No, I just told her that my voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees a poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She skims over a second time, her smile not fading from her face. I see. At first I thought you liked her writing style, but you wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Bean? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monika's joke at all. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It's just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monika's hand. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom. Actually, that is correct. You just need to write poems for all the girls by saving them in game being... Hold on. Games then being with the girls' side? Hold on. Correct. You just need to write poems for all the girls by saving at the poem games, then being with the girls' side. Got it. Okay. A cheater spotted. Okay, so it's still the same thing. I wonder how they do that, though, because with the new game mechanic, I wonder if just, like, clicking new game and starting it over and over again would work. Just in case, if did I make the... Oh, shoot. I think I accidentally saved over it. Ah, golly. Yeah, I think I saved over it. So either way, we're not getting the true ending. But that's okay. Did you read this, Monika? Of course. I liked it. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that. Huh? But Bean wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Bean is done sharing his poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this, if you insist. Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Well, I guess Natsuki has my poem now. Not that I really planned on keeping it. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Epic Orange. This looks interesting. No nice waifus. Bro! This game's good. How you doing? How you doing, Asian? Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggling, hairy, ugly spiders. That's how I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks to a lot about spiders. Her friends start to like spiders too. That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Delete Sayori character file. See what happens if you... Bro! We'll do that. I'll do that in my own time. I'll do that on my own time, but that sounds so interesting. Oh, man. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think about best I could. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with such simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an... Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. Is it going to be the meme version? What? I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. By the way, Zan, I'm curious, man. Did you just randomly look up Doki Doki today and just see me and you're like, hey, I know that guy? Or did you just stumble or like just randomly think to check me out? Because I was actually very surprised because I never thought you actually would have given me a gander. It means a lot, though. Something you're afraid if people find out. If they make fun or I think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as it's not hurting anyone, it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Ah, man. I don't know if that was a reply to me or Heart, but it works. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. You know, I'm glad you can appreciate the kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Just saying, this game has nothing to... Aye, Doki. You know what, bud? If Discord decides to work and actually allows me to change names, you're getting a name change. That's all I'm saying, bud. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine as well. We don't really do well with the last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few No, sir. Alright. Sayori has been working on posters. I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But it doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. But, Monica. Yeah? We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Alright. Okay, you know what? I forgot that this was a part. Also, heads up, in Act 2, to get all the secret poems, you must need to save at the beginning part and keep trying to get different ones. Thank you, bud. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I do want to try to see as much as I can in this playthrough. So, when we create the first poem is when we'll save, and we'll leave a save right there. But, hey, Shu, event! Alright, so I've been thinking about this event, right? I kind of want to do a Doki Doki themed event for the Discord. I want you guys to either choose a happy and sad, similar to Sayori, a very, like, heavily, like, detailed one for Yuri, or something cute, right? Or even do something like Monica. Basically, doesn't matter if you guys make a haiku, doesn't matter if you make a poem. I want to know if this is something you guys would be interested in. We'll have a little tournament. to see who gets the most votes on their poem. And I'd rather have you guys like send them in DMs. I'll write them in a Google document, and then like people will be able to view that Google document. And whoever gets the most votes, I'll give any game $30 or less of their choosing. But I do want to clarify, that doesn't mean I'm going to give you like $31 games. You're getting one game, so make it count. I hate... Bro, poems are so fun. They're such a great way to express yourself, to show something. Or even if you're not expressing yourself, they're just an amazing way to just get out there, leave your comfort zone. I don't know. Personally, I love poems, and I think this would be a great one. I'm also going to post this in the Discord. This is not just something that I'm asking you guys here, because I know some people lurk. Some people might not have even heard me say that. So we're gonna do a vote to see if you guys would want to do a poem making contest. And if you do, or if we get the most votes, then best of luck to you guys. Sayori, putting it all on the poster in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. I love reading them. There you go, boy. Sayori, who's been coloring the poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. I would rather die than write. Alright, I feel like... Think actually write stories. Well, I used to love writing. I used to adore writing, but English class ruined that for me, and now I despise writing with a passion. English class also ruined poetry for me. I remember showing my poems to one of my English teachers, and he was actually like taken aback. He was like, "Wow, this is really good. It's like you should keep doing this." He was a little surprised, to say the very least. So I kept doing it, but there was several teachers that I had after that to just ruin the whole experience for me. But I still like to make poems in my own time. They never see the light of day. Also, Monica actually has a real Twitter account that is connected. Really? That's so cool. Do you really think that's a bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kinda overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event at each and put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. The more that actually scared the heck out of me. You know when you get scared and your heart, like, it feels like your heart just stops for a second? Like, that happened to me right there. I don't know why that got me that time, but it did. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And with those reasons that we're all in this club today, don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes a standing in front of the room for 2 minutes reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying real hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club's seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine. Listen, if you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. If you know, bud. But anyways, let's get moving on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how could you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. What if DDLC is like a sequel to what Dan Savato's next game is going? I don't know what his next game is going to be. Do you? Now, I would tell you to link it. Unfortunately, a link will get blocked. So if you just tell me the name, I would gladly look it up right now. Because that'd be pretty interesting. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebooks on a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind the lines she recites, bringing words to life. Is this something she's done before, or something she's simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. Recitation? Wasn't there a game theory on this? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know that there's another game being made. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she quickly walks over to a podium. This poem is called Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. Something about Project Libitina. Okay, let's see if we can find it real quick. Project Libitina. Whatever oh, wait, hold on. We got a Reddit post right here. Whatever happened to Project Libitina? Dan is still working on this next game, whatever it may be. DDLC is getting so popular, it's time to put it behind schedule. I believe it's still in development. I vaguely remember team. I guess I was wrong. It never actually got confirmed as a game, I don't think. But circumstantial evidence in the ARG seemed to suggest that. Here's his tweet. Okay. General information. Ah, Lordy Lou. General information concerning the Next Time project. My next VN is a long time away. When was this made? 29. Oh, golly. Currently rewriting the script. There won't be any info on this for years. Additional info DDLC content, not sequel. Will okay. Any additional DDLC content, not a sequel, will appear in some way. More info likely after this year. So specifics to share yet. There's got to be one. What? I love that. Hold on. I'm gonna save that image because I wanna try to draw that later. That's so adorable. I love that. That's so cute. All right. Saying that Monika was from another. Oh, interesting. All right. So back to the game, which I'm assuming you guys can see, and Forbidden Knowledge is disabled. Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort into it? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like it happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into a whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me after, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It is not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught off so guard that we just must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. That was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Wait, are you playing on console or PC? We're playing on PC, bud. Wait, is Doki Doki on console? What? When the heck did he come to console? That's a thing? Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori pops out of her chair, cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Huh. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting for other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice has made a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read it on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori means when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into something I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Bean liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really finely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery works as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We'll have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Humph. Tomo could go before Bean. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well let Bean lower everyone's standards a little bit more before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. When you realize why Monica is always late because she's actually playing the background music that has the piano in it. I know, bud. It's really cool. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put an energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to a poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do it again, huh? Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of others? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I know I'll probably find something other poem recite then. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club. It makes me really happy. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, I'll have to do it. Bro, you were just trying to impress nuts. I hate our main character. I hate our main character so much. Ready to go, Sayori? Yup. Look, you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Bean. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Natsuki asked you to walk home. What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would still walk home with Sayori? Alright. We're going the Natsuki route, okay? We're going the Natsuki route. So we gotta commit. I would walk home with Natsuki. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I like to think about it. It's not long before you don't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're saying things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. You know, I agree, where sometimes it's just better to be honest with someone. I can't tell you how many times my family will leave on vacation or some sort of extremely long trip or anything like that. And like a month or 2 months later, they'll come back and they'll be like, did you miss us? I'll look them dead in the eye. I'll be like, not even in the slightest. I actually forgot you guys were gone. Like, I'll tell them that. It's like, there's no point in lying. It's just better to be honest. If there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, there we go. We're gonna save the game. We made it through the next day. But we're gonna go ahead and exit DDLC. Here's a little secret. When you're picking the words in the poem, if you pick a word that Monica would like, her little chibi character will jump at the bottom left. Oh, is that in the... Is that in the only... How do I word that? Is that only in a Doki Doki Plus? Because I don't remember that being a thing in the first game. Because I actually tried doing that. Like, I tried like going the Monica route on my first playthrough just because Monica was my favorite person. But, I was unable. All right, let's go ahead and quit. What a lovely game. They've changed so much about that game. Oh, I see. I gotta fix the lighting a little bit. Nope, it's both. Really? Huh. I must have never noticed it. Or I was just really bad at picking something Monica would like. But for that, we're gonna go ahead and call it. It's actually 17:54. Normally we stop at 17:30. So thank you everyone for watching. Once again, welcome to the Bean family, Zen. It was nice seeing you, bud. You don't think abstractly? I have monkey brain. I am straightforward. You're not embracing I opened my body, but not my mind for Monica. Don't take that out of context. Let's go ahead and see who's currently streaming, so that way we can raid them.